floors reeks with the smoke of burning incense.
Ah!
And wails for the dead.
The plague is upon us! Our ship's pitches wildly. Now lift our head from the depths. The red waves of death. Thebes is dying. The crabs die. The cattle die. The babies die. The women die. The black death luxuriates in the raw, wailing misery of Thebes.
That is terrible. I feel for you guys, man. I'll do anything I can to help.
Of course you would say that. You're so dang rational. Organized, powerful, and so cool. You saved us from the Sphinx. And now you'll save us from this dreadful plague.
My children, sick as you are, not one as sick as I. My spirit grieves for the city. In fact, I already sent Crayon, my brother-in-law, to the oracle at Delphi to find out from Apollo what's going on. I'll follow whatever the gods say, or else be a traitor myself. Look, here's Crayon now.
I'm back from the oracle. The gods say we have to drive a dark corruption from the land. We're harboring a murderer now, right here on our walls, and we have to drive him out if we want to end the plague.
A murderer? Who got murdered?
Laius got murdered. Laius was our king before you came. He was murdered so hard that only one person from his entourage escaped.
Your king was murdered and you didn't follow up on that? You didn't investigate? If I were back around then, man, I promise you I would mercilessly put down that murderer and brought him to justice.
We thought about it, but we were kind of being tyrannized by the Sphinx.
Never mind. I'm here now. The land's avenger, Apollo's champion, the king. Get the people of Thebes in here.
Thebes is the city of death and misery. My Aunt Sally says it's a conspiracy. The women wear masks. Apollo make it stop. Zeus, Athena, you up there on the mountaintop?
You pray to the gods, let me grant your prayers. I'll find out who murdered Laius and settle this affair. Who murdered Laius? I married his wife. I sleep in his bed, but he lost his life. And his murder is unpunished? Not while I'm king. I'll fight for him as if you were my father. Here's the thing. There's a nice reward for finding this lowlife. And if you keep his secrets, you'll be feeling my knife. Know this, he's the plague, the heart of our corruption. I'll banish him from Thebes with no interruption. Curse whoever he is. He'll drag his days in agony, have my people step away. And if by some weird improbable chance he's someone I know, if he lives in my mansion, I curse myself too.
We should send for Tiresias.
I already did that. And look now, here he is.
How terrible to see the truth when the truth is only pain to him who sees. I'll never tell you anything. Never, ever, ever. I don't even want to tell you.
Oh really? You scum of the earth, you'd enrage a heart of stone. Out with it once and for all. What secrets are you hiding? Did you kill Laius?
Fine. Tell you. You are the cursed whippersnapper, the corruption on the land.
What are you saying? You're confusing. Try again, but use small words.
You are the murderer you hunt.
Fake news, witch hunt, man, you're out of your mind. You're a fraud, you're a liar, but you aren't even blind. Did Crayon put you up to this? Where's your evidence? You think you'll fool us out and never suffer consequences?
Indeed, if the truth has any power.
You've lost your power, and your pal Crayon, stone blind, stone deaf, eyes blind as stone. You bring a message from the gods, they were nowhere near when the Sphinx and her riddle kept a death watch here. I had to fix that, me, a man, not a god. And now you want to fight? Come here, you pious fraud. You put Crayon on the throne? This is hilarious. Your vision, my man, is precarious.
You mock my blindness, but let me tell you stuff. You with your precious eyes, you're blind enough to the corruption in your life. The double lash of your parents' curse will whip you in the...
Ask this guy to leave, he's had his say.
It will whip you right out of this land one day. Their football treading you down and tear. That's bad news. Sorry to be the bearer.
Enough, get out.
Smear me with insults, every word I say is true. No man will ever be rooted from the earth as brutally as you.
I saved this city. Thebes has never had a better economy as we had going on before this stupid plague. Get him out of here.
The murderer of Laius, he is here. A stranger you may think who lives among you. He will soon be revealed to be a native Theban. Blind who now has eyes, beggar who now is rich. He will grope his way toward a foreign soil. A stick tapping before him step by step. Brother and father, both to the children he embraces. Son and husband, both to his mother. He sowed the loins his father sowed. He spilled his father's blood. Go in and reflect on that. And if you find I lied from this day onward, call the prophet blind.
Who is the man the voice of God denounces, resounding out of Delphi's gorge? I can't accept it, but I can't deny it. I don't know what to say to defy it. Whether a mere man can know the truth, there is no test, there is no proof. Oedipus a murderer? No way, I will never convict my king, whatever you say. I will never convict my king, whatever you say.
Hello, my fellow citizens. I hear King Oedipus levels terrible charges against me. There's nothing worse than to be called a traitor in the city. A traitor to all of you, my good friends.
True, but he didn't mean it.
He put it out on Twitter.
You here? You have the gall to show your face before the palace gates? Do you think I'd never detect your treachery, craving against me in the dark?
Are you done? I don't want to be king. I'm your brother-in-law. That's enough for me. I help you out running the city. Do you really want me banished?
I want you dead.
What's going on? Aren't you embarrassed to be airing your private battles while the city is dying of plague?
He plotted against me.
Loose, ignorant talk started dark suspicions on both sides.
Oedipus, what started this? What's the problem?
Creon says I murdered Laius.
That's absolutely ridiculous. Let me put your mind at ease. Laius received a prophecy a long time ago that he would be killed by his son, who was 3 days old at the time. We took that son, destined to kill his father. We fastened his ankles together and sent him away to be thrown down a mountain. And the prophecy was avoided because that baby died and Laius was killed by a strange out of place where 3 roads meet.
Place where 3 roads meet, you say?
Yeah. Why? So startled.
What did Laius look like?
He looked a bit like you, to be honest. There were 5 in the party, Harold among them, and a wagon carrying Laius.
And there was just one survivor?
Yes.
Get him here at once. And while we're waiting for him, I have to tell you something. You know that my father was Polynices and my mother was Merope, the queen and king of Corinth. What you don't know is that when I was young, I got a prophecy from the oracle of Delphi too. That I would kill my father and marry him. I left town immediately, because nobody wants to see that. But when I was coming this way, the place where 3 roads made a procession. They were driving me off the road. I had to kill them, all of them, and an old man too. I think that was Laius. Oh, I am born for torment. I am an abomination, heart and soul. I am an abomination, heart and soul.
Great news! I have great news! Polynices of Corinth is dead! He's totally dead, and you didn't kill him at all!
Well, ha ha ha. Destiny what? Murdered your father who? All those prophecies I feared. They're just not true. All those dire warnings and alarm bells. Polynices packs him off to sleep with him in hell.
See? I told you you were being crazy.
Wait, my mother's bed, still a threat, don't go near it. While Queen Merope lives, I'm always going to fear it.
Why are you afraid of Queen Merope's bed? She's not your mother.
Why are you afraid of Queen Merope's bed? She's not your mother.
Oh no.
Nah, man, I gave it to the king and queen when you were still a little baby, still fresh, still green. I found you out in the mountains with your ankles all messed up, and I thought you'd like to be a prince.
What's up?
Finding you before the royals was my lucky day. I got you off some shepherd who was throwing you away.
Where's that lousy shepherd, Jocasta? The one you gave your baby to. The one who was supposed to kill it. I mean me. Oh, where is he?
No, please, you don't want to know. You're doomed. You'll never fathom who you are.
I am that shepherd. What do you want?
Do you know this guy?
I do not. What'd you do, man? You gave me that baby, you know, out in the mountains about his age years ago. Remember? You were throwing him off a cliff. Check it out. He's king now, looking so stiff.
Did you give him a baby? A baby you got from her?
I did. I wish to God I died that day instead. She said she wanted to get rid of him because it was destined to kill its parents, but I took pity on it, and I gave it to this old man.
O God, all come true, all burst to light. O light, now let me look my last upon you. I stand revealed at last, cursed in birth, cursed in marriage, cursed in the lives I cut down with these hands.
You outraged all men. You captured priceless glory. When the Sphinx went down screaming, it got pretty gory. You saved our land. We crowned you with honors. We called you a king, a husband, father. Is there man more agonized, more frenzied and pained? On the throne of his dead father, Oedipus reigned. Now I weep like a man who wails for the dead. There are 7 gates of Thebes, every one is blood red. There are 7 gates of Thebes, every one is blood red. The queen is dead! Hanged! Oedipus is blind, stabbed out his eyes with the pins that held the queen's robe.
What grief can crown this grief? It's mine alone, my destiny. I am Oedipus.
Who could behold his greatness without envy? Now what a black sea of terror has overwhelmed him.
Still the king, master of all things? No more. Here your power ends.
People of Thebes, my countrymen, look on Oedipus. Who could behold his greatness without envy? Now what a black sea of terror has overwhelmed him. Now as we keep our watch and wait the final day, count no man happy till he dies, free of pain at last.
Now as we keep our watch and wait the final day, count no man happy till he dies free of pain at last.
Daughter of Oedipus is like anyone in the world sadder.
Both our brothers dead on a single day. Like, one was fighting for Thebes, the other against it. Like, that's crazy, right?
Yeah, our brother Oedipus is the hero of the city with a hero's burial. While our brother Polynices is left unwept, unburied, and a lovely treasure for birds that like scan the field and feast to their heart's content.
Yeah. Poor traitor's brother. We are totally not allowed to bury, like, even a little bit, because the law of the city demands it, like, never be done.
But like, the law of the gods demands it always be done. Are you with me or not?
Oh, sister, think of us poor, lost little girls. Mother died on twisted news. Father died hated, in exile. Now our 2 brothers are also, like, super dead. Are we silly lost girls really going to violate the laws of the throne? Like, we must be sensible. Like, that's a really bad idea. And we're women. We're not born to contend with men.
I'll bury him myself. And even if I die in the act, that death will be a glory.
Defy the city. I don't have time for that, nor do I have the strength for that, but I'll, like, keep your secret, okay?
Shout it from the rooftops. I'll hate you all the more for silence. Tell the frickin' world.
Okay, whatever.
I'll hate you all the more for silence. Tell the world.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Shout it from the frickin' rooftops. I'm Karen.
friends, Thebans, my countrymen, the ship of state is safe. Now that Laius is dead, and Oedipus is dead, and Oedipus' 2 sons are dead, I now possess the throne with all its powers.
The new man for the new day.
Let my first law be this. No man shall bury Polynices on penalty of death. Never at my hands will the traitor be honored above the patriot. He must be left unburied, his corpse carrion for the birds and dogs to tear.
My lord, I didn't do it. Don't take it out on me. Somebody buried Polynices, spread dust all over the body, and did rituals.
Could this be the work of the gods?
Stop! Before you make me choke with anger. The gods, you're senile. You're insane. Why would the gods have the slightest concern for that corpse? No, it's some citizen plotting against me in the dark. If you don't find the man who buried that corpse, simple death won't be enough for you. We'll string you up alive and bring to immortality.
Oh, it's terrible when the one who does the judging judges all things wrong.
Oh, it's terrible when the one who does the judging judges all things wrong.
You dare insult my judgment? Get out of my sight! Go!
See? I've got it taken me here. She's my prisoner.
Why? What has she done?
She buried the body. That's it. That's the tweet.
Get out again! Shoot! You deny you did this?
I did it. I don't deny it.
Were you aware that a decree forbid this?
Yeah, well aware. How could I not be? It was as public as a man's decree can be. It wasn't Zeus. It wasn't justice. And it didn't have enough force that you, a mere mortal, could override the freaking gods. That I must. I've known it all my life, but how could I keep from knowing? Even without your death sentence ringing in my ears, I have no fear of a man's wounded pride. This doom of yours is precious little pain. If I had allowed my mother's son to rot, an unburied corpse, that would be agony. This is nothing.
Like father, like daughter. Passionate, wild. She hasn't learned to bend before adversity.
No? Believe me, the stiffest, stubborn wills fall the hardest. The strongest iron, tempered in the white-hot forge, you will find that it cracks and shatters first of all.
Crack and shatter? When more do you want than my arrest and execution?
Nothing. I have it all.
Then why delay? Your moralizing repels me. These citizens would agree if their lips weren't locked in fear of a tyrant.
Die then! While I'm king, no woman is going to lord it over me.
Wait! I totally share the guilt. And all the consequences. No, you don't. I do. No, you don't.
I do. I get afraid to go through. Troubled.
waters and hard times and like help you through that.
Never shared my dying. Don't like claim to what you never touched.
But what am I supposed to do if you're dead?
Go ask Creon. He's the one whose opinion you care about, apparently.
Creon, tell me. Would you really kill your own son's fiance? Like, that's not cool, man.
Absolutely. There are other fields for him to plow.
What? Poor Haman, poor Antigone.
Guards! Get them out of here! From now on, they'll act like women. Tie them up. No more running around. Even the bravest will cut and run when they see death coming for their lives. Even the bravest will cut and run when they see death coming for their lives.
Dad, what is going on? Oh, Dad.
Are you mad at me?
No, you're my dad. You are so wise and good, man. I know you've always had my best interest at heart. Even when you're killing my girlfriend.
Cut her and make it rebellion! Anarchy! Show me a greater crime in all the earth! She destroys cities, rips up houses, breaks the ranks of spearmen into headlong rout! We owe our lives to discipline, law, and we must never, ever, never be rated inferior to a woman.
Sure. But I've been catching rumors in the dark. The city doesn't want this girl to die. They don't think she deserves it, man. If you kill her, citizens will be outraged. And should you give up all your political accomplishments just because you can't change your mind about one decision? Relax your anger, man. Change.
So, I'm to be schooled by a boy? I'm to be ruled by the citizens? I'm to admire rebels? Is that my achievement?
Think of the city. It's no city if it's ruled by one man.
The city is the king! That's the law! Are you taking her side?
You trample down the honors of the gods.
You soul of corruption! You woman's accomplice! Go to your room. She dies.
Then her death will kill another.
Don't be so dramatic. Teenagers.
Are you really going to kill Antigone? How will you do it?
I'll take her down a wild, desolate path to a rocky vault. I'll wall her up alive and set out some rations, just the measure piety demands. Let her pray to the god she worships. Who knows? Death may reprieve her, or she may learn at last, better late than never, what a waste of breath it is to worship death.
Love never conquered in battle.
Love standing the night watch, guarding the girl's soft cheek. Love, you plunderer. Whoever feels your grip is driven mad. Love, you have ignited this.
Love, you mock us for your sport. Look, I see Antigone. Make her way to the bridal vault, where all are laid to rest.
Look at me. None of my fatherland, I gotta wed the lord of the dark waters.
You go down to the halls of death alive and breathing.
Oh, my city, all your fine, rich sons, I go to my rock-bound prison, strange new tale.
You went too far. Your life's in ruins. Did you pay for your father's terrible ordeal?
I already touched it. I go to my parents now, cursed, unwed, to share their throne. Oh dear brother, your dying drags me down to death, alive. I am agony. No tears for the destiny that's mine. No loved one mourns my death.
If a man could roll his own dirge before he dies, he'd never finish. Take her away! Roll her up in the tomb. Abandon her there. My hands are clean.
Oh, tomb, my bridal bed, my house, my prison. Cut in the hollow rock, my everlasting watch. If this is the pleasure of the gods, once I suffer, I will know that I was wrong. But if these men are wrong, let them suffer nothing worse than they met out to me. Masters of injustice.
Take her away!
I've had an omen from the gods.
Oh, what now?
I sat in the ancient seat of augury, and I saw the birds killing each other, screaming mad. So I tested the burnt sacrifice, ignited the altar at all points, but it wouldn't burn. And the gods are deaf to our prayers. They spurn our offerings, and it is your fault. Take these things to heart, my son. I warn you, all men make mistakes. It is only human, but once the wrong is done, a man can turn back on his folly and misfortune too. Pride is a crime. Yield to the dead.
You'll never bury that body in the grave. Not even if Zeus's eagles rip the corpse and wing their rotten pickings off to the throne of the gods.
Then know this. You will surrender one born of your own loins, your own flesh and blood, a corpse for corpses. Given in return, your son will die.
These are horrible prophecies, my king. But Tiresias has never lied to Thebes.
I know. I'm shaken, torn. It's a dreadful thing to yield. But resist now? Lay my pride bare to the blows of man, to the blows of ruin? That's dreadful too. What should I do?
Go! Free the girl from the rocky vault. Bury the body that you exposed.
It's hard, but I'll do it. Come on, take up axes. I shackled her, and I'll set her free myself. Dead, and the living are guilty of their death.
Who died? Tell us.
Haman's gone. He stabbed himself to death, raging mad at his father. Antigone, too, in the dark recesses of the tomb. We found her there, hanged by the neck, and the boy with his arms flung around her waist, wailing for his bride. Creon said,
Help, my son. I beg you on my knees.
but the boy gave him a wild burning glass, spat in his face, not a word of reply. He drew his sword and buried it in his body, halfway to the hilt, and still in his senses he embraced the girl, bright red on her cheek, glistening white. He had won his bride at last.
Oh, so senseless, so insane. Look at us, the killer, the killed, father and son, the same blood, the misery, lost to the world through my stupidity. Take me away, quickly, out of sight. I'm no one, nothing.
This one is by far the greatest part of joy, and reverence towards the gods must be safeguarded.
The mighty words of the proud are paid in full with mighty blows of fate.
And at long last those blows will teach us wisdom.
Good help, my son. I thank you for my deeds.
Numberless are the world's
clouds wonders, but not more wonderful than man. The storm gray sea yields to his prows, the huge crest bear him high.
Earth, holy and inexhaustible, is graven with shining furrows, where clouds have gone year after year. The time
The saber of stallions. Like
birds and beasts that cling to cover, the live fish lighting the reaches of dim water.
All are taken to the net is mine. The lion on the hill, the wild horse in maze, designed for him. The blood rope has broken the sultry shoulders of the mountain bull.
Words also in thought as rapid as air, flashing to his good use. Take gratitude,
And it is still that reflects the arrows of the snow, the spears of winter rain.
From every wind his make himself secure, from all the flow. In the late winter death he cannot stand.
Oh, clearance!